Hello and welcome to Surf Pro Techniques. I'm your host, Chapin Cruder, and today we're going to be discussing me, your host. I'm going to explain to you why I created Surf Pro Techniques and the philosophy behind Surf Pro Techniques. Surf Pro Techniques was created to help surfers speed up their progression. It is based on the idea that if you understand the foundation of techniques necessary to execute any maneuver, you'll progress faster. Surf Pro Techniques was created in Nicaragua, even though at the time I didn't know it was going to turn into Surf Pro Techniques. I had all these perfect waves at my disposal, yet I didn't feel like I was progressing at the rate I should have been. As you can see, I was really pushing myself, but I was finding no success in the areas that I wanted to succeed in. Sure, I did have some breakthrough moments. I was surfing 6 hours a day most days and was certainly progressing, but just not at the rate that I felt I should have been for the amount of surfing that I was doing, for the amount of waves I was catching. I mean, I was there during a time when there wasn't really too many people around. What I especially found difficult was this one turn. This top turn, I kept digging my rail and I could not figure out for the life of me why. So one day I had this idea that maybe if I went home and I watched the surf videos that I watched every single day with the sound off, and I really just focused in on that one aspect of that specific turn that all the pros were doing, maybe I could unlock the secrets of, I didn't even know what I was looking for, but I figured there must be a secret to that turn because I couldn't figure out how to make it. So I really started focusing on the video Blue Horizon. I'd get home, turn off the sound, and just look at Andy and Dave and the way they turned, just trying to figure out what they did differently that I wasn't doing. Now, they're both regular foot surfers, and I'm a goofy footer, but I must have slow motion each one of their top turns 1,000 times each, just over and over, looking, trying to see what was unique about it. Why was it different from what I was doing? And then it occurred to me I could see it. I could see that it was their arm placement, their arm movement, their technique. And this is the time when Tony Roberts was living in Nicaragua, a famous surf photographer. I'd become friends with him. So he started helping me with taking photographs, and I started comparing and contrasting my body movements with theirs. And I really started to see a difference in what they were doing versus what I was doing. The biggest difference was that lead arm, their front arm, and the way it remained outside of their body throughout the turn. Where if you look at my arm, my right arm was always crossing in front of my body as I tried to complete the turn. And I started realizing that maybe this was throwing off my whole center of gravity. Maybe this was throwing off my balance. Maybe this was throwing off everything. And so I went out and started practicing, just really focusing on keeping that right arm on the outside of my right knee, on the outside of my body. And then, boom, wouldn't you know it, right off the bat, within the first week of practicing this, I started making that turn almost 80, 90% of the time. All it took was just understanding that one little body mechanic, that one little technique that progressed my surfing in 1 week faster than it had been progressing in 10 years. You know, some of you are probably thinking it's so obvious. Like, why didn't he figure that out sooner? I don't know. Maybe I'm a slow learner. Maybe it just was something I couldn't pick up on, but I started realizing that I could analyze every single aspect of every maneuver, of every aspect of surfing, and really break it down into a step by step process that if I just understood the fundamentals, I could progress so much faster. And so that's what I've done for the last 10 years. I've just sat and analyzed my surfing and other people's surfing because I do coach and teach surfing and just try to break it down to the simplest, most basic techniques that are necessary for all turns, maneuvers, anything surf related. And it's worked. It's worked for me, it's worked for others. It's taking my surfing to a level I never thought it would get to. And now I'm no Kelly Slater, I'm not a professional. However, I do really understand technique, and it has really helped me progress at a rate that I wouldn't have progressed at had I just been sitting doing the trial and error thing over the years. So if you're feeling like I did, frustrated with one aspect of your surfing, or just wanting to progress faster in general and not have to go through the years of trial and error trying to figure it all out, feel free to check out my website, www.surfprotechniques.com. There's a lot of great free videos and a lot of great free example consulting videos where I've helped others work on the techniques necessary to help them progress at a faster rate. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. Best wishes in all your surf endeavors, and I'll see you later.
That's Chase.